Actors and actresses who were formerly able to get leading parts in films but are now unable to do so are having a difficult time getting into films of any type. Watch Mojo presents the top 7 actors who are no longer receiving roles in Hollywood movies. On the other hand, who do you think will stand out the most on our list? Toby Maguire, Hayden Christensen, or Brendan Fraser are the candidates. The decline of Hollywood may happen as fast as its growth. Greetings, and thank you for visiting WatchMojo.com. Today, we are going to count down our choices for the top 7 stars that Hollywood will no longer hire. The stars that don't appear to shine as brilliantly or soar as high as they used to, and for whatever reason they don't seem to be cast as often as they once were, are the ones that we are focused on for this list. Number 7. Seann William Scott. What roles did Seann William Scott play that led to his fame? It can be challenging to embody the stereotype of the immature high school student preoccupied with sex and partying once one has fully transitioned into adulthood and faced the challenges of middle age. It's possible that this is the problem for Seann William Scott. Early in the 2000s, casting directors cast Scott in several roles strikingly similar to his role in the American Pie series. These roles included Dude, Where's My Car, and Old School. In the series, Scott's portrayal of Stifler garnered the most recognition. Despite this, the demand for these roles has increased over time. A little over 20 years after the part that brought him fame, Scott seems to be restricted to appearing in the odd independent film and doing vocal work for the Ice Age series. Number 6. Hilary Swank. Which films were responsible for Swank's achievements in the film industry, and how did those films influence her career? Swank has won the Academy Award for her roles in Boys Don't Cry and $1 Million Baby, but her chosen films haven't always met the necessary standards of excellence. In the mid-2000s, Swank made appearances in films such as Black Dahlia and P.S. I Love You, which received unfavorable reviews, particularly for her performance. In 2009, she made an effort to reclaim the Oscar buzz with the biographical picture Amelia, which was about Amelia Earhart. However, the film faced widespread criticism, and Swank's performance once again failed to impress the panel of reviewers. Without a doubt, Swank is an exceptionally gifted actress. Therefore, we hope for a future revival. Number 5. Eddie Murphy. How different is the perception of Eddie Murphy's voiceover work from his live-action performances in video like Shrek? During the 1980s, Eddie Murphy was a bankable force, with films such as 48 Hours, Trading Places, and Beverly Hills Cop. At one point, the term comedic gold was synonymous with Eddie Murphy. In addition to his voiceover sidekick roles in Mulan and Shrek, Murphy demonstrated that he has a wide variety of comic abilities by taking on the role of the Nutty Professor, in which he played a number of various personalities. However, the 2000s saw the creation of shows like Meet Dave and Norbit. When it came to the latter, Murphy made an effort to reclaim the magic by playing numerous roles once again, but the outcome was not a success. Despite his misfortunes, he received 6 Razzie Award nominations and won 3 of them. However, his career was in shambles. Number 4. Katherine Hegel. What kind of impact did Katherine Hegel's criticism of Grey's Anatomy and Knocked Up have on her professional life? In the middle of the 2000s, it seemed like nothing could stop Katherine Hegel. Not only did she appear in a television series that was incredibly famous, but she also had a hit on the big screen with the film Knocked Up in 2007. However, following the release of a series of uninteresting romantic comedies, her reputation for being difficult to work with on set grew. After that, she attacked her star-making role in Knocked Up for being sexist and ended her relationship with Grey's Anatomy in a manner that was less than amicable. Hegel's cinematic career is obviously not as brilliant or as delightful to watch as it once was, despite the fact that she is still getting parts in formulaic romantic comedies. Number 3. Toby Maguire. What kind of effects has Toby Maguire's involvement with Spider-Man had on his ability to play other roles? Maguire is most known for his performance as Peter Parker in the first installment of the Spider-Man film trilogy. However, he has also had a number of other notable parts, such as in Pleasantville, Seabiscuit, and Brothers. However, he has never been able to completely shrug off the Peter Parker identity, and as a consequence, his filmography has not seen a significant expansion. From 2009 to 2017, he appeared in only 6 films. Spider-Man 3 is considered by some reviewers to be the picture that marked the turning point for the actor. This is because the film garnered negative reviews and ultimately marked the conclusion of Sam Raimi's web-slinging saga. Did it also irreparably destroy Maguire's career, which had previously been thriving? We will see to it. Number 2. Hayden Christensen. Do you believe that Christensen's declining career is mostly due to his acting abilities, the material that he was given, or other things not being taken into consideration? It is quite possible that Hayden Christensen will never be able to completely emerge from the sand-hating shadow cast by the Star Wars prequels, regardless of whether this is fair or not. The video were essential in his rise to celebrity on a global scale for his performance as Anakin Skywalker. Nevertheless, he achieved this recognition for nearly all of the wrong reasons, since many people saw his line delivery as one of the most significant shortcomings of the trilogy. Despite Christensen's recovery efforts, the critical and commercial success of films like Awake, Jumper, and 90 Minutes in Heaven has been inconsistent. Post-Vader, Christensen's output has been, at best, limited, with 3 films released between 2010 and 2017, and none of them being commercially successful. Number 1. Brendan Fraser. Over the course of the 1990s and early 2000s, what are some of the most famous roles that Brendan Fraser has played? Since the middle of the 1990s, Brendan Fraser has been considered one of the most prominent leading men in Hollywood. With his role as the protagonist in the Mummy video trilogy and his appearances in highly acclaimed films such as Gods and Monsters and The Quiet American, Fraser seemed to be well positioned to maintain his current level of popularity. Even after a few years of relative peacefulness, it seemed that things were still moving in Fraser's favor. Journey to the Center of the Earth was supposed to be the next installment in the action series, and the actor was supposed to play the main part in it. However, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson ended up taking up the role in the sequel. Since then, Fraser's work has fluctuated from being mediocre to being mostly unwatched, and there is no indication that he is making any kind of course correction. In conclusion, when it comes to their careers, a number of well-known actors have encountered substantial obstacles as a result of being typecast, making key errors, or the views of the public. Due to the popularity of his portrayal as the party-loving Stifler in American Pie, Sean William Scott became pigeonholed, and his parts were fewer and farther between as he got older. Despite winning 2 Academy Awards, Hilary Swank suffered with movies such as Amelia that were not well accepted, which tarnished her image, which was formerly highly regarded. It was after disasters like Norbit that Eddie Murphy's comic supremacy in the 1980s and 1990s began to diminish, which resulted in his receiving many Razzies and a decline in his career. Show some love, share with your friends, and hit that subscribe button.